All right, our top focus on WION Pulse. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov held talks on the situation emerging in the wake of the terror attack in Pahalgam. The Russian side restated its position that India and Pakistan should resolve issues bilaterally under the Shimla Agreement, a policy that Delhi follows. A Russian readout of the talk says that Sergei Lavrov called for the settlement of disagreements between New Delhi and Islamabad by political and diplomatic means on a bilateral basis in accordance with the provisions of the Shimla Agreement of 1972 and the Lahore Declaration of 1999. Russian President Vladimir Putin has strongly condemned the Pahalgam terror attack, calling it a brutal crime with no justification. In a letter written to the Indian President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Well, for more on this, our Assistant Head of Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal, is joining us on the phone line. Siddhant, Russia's foreign minister has spoken to his Indian counterpart, Dr. S. Jaishankar, to de-escalate tensions with Pakistan. Talk to us more about that phone call as global pressure intensifies.
Well, the conversation is significant because in the conversation, the Indian External Affairs Minister clearly stated that perpetrators, backers and planners of the terror attack should be brought to justice. Clear message from the Indian side, something that the Indian side has been telling to the world as well. And we know that so far, when it comes to the permanent members of the UNSC, the Indian External Affairs Minister now has spoken to the 4 out of 5 permanent members, which includes France, UK, US, and now Russia. In fact, France was the first one. In terms of non-permanent members, the EM has spoken to 9 out of 10 non-permanent members. The one, of course, who the EM hasn't spoken, and obviously, for obvious reason, hasn't spoken, is Pakistan, which is a non-permanent member for 2-year term. Now, we do expect Pakistan trying to do some kind of nuisance at the UNSC, trying to rake up Kashmir, trying to bring up a false parity between India and Pakistan. But India is preparing its diplomatic points as well. And the big worry for India is the current escalatory position by Pakistanis. We know that the Pakistanis earlier today in the day tested a surface missile as well. A notum was issued as well, that is notice to Yemen. And we know that the build-up at the border, we also know the drills in the Arabian Sea. So the situation looks very sensitive. It looks on a slippery slope. But India right now working on its diplomatic option, even as Pakistan continues on the path of warmongering.
Right, Siddhant, thanks for getting us the latest.